Did someone say Mongols an S-tier pick? You came to the right neighborhood. Welcome to Front Range, a map where Mongols can make all their dreams and all your nightmares come true. And that's exactly what Void of Esports Anatan is looking to do to Sortov. Sortov, who has picked Ottomans and is going to give us a Dark Age clash. Love this. Mongols has been the go-to answer. Most players have come out of it saying either Mongols or Japanese is looking like the scariest civ on this map. But Ottomans is intriguing, actually, from Sortov. He's picked a civ that can actually contest you in the Dark Age, and if you play it too long with them, the Vizier points come in clutch. In fact, I love so many ideas about Ottomans on this map. It's not just a long Dark Age where you get the healer boys to win spear fights. It's also the Anatolian Hills. 10 sheep is nuts on this map. 10 sheep is 50% plus of what exists on this map in sheep form. There is only 18 sheep in total on this map compared to most maps that have, I think, 28 or 30, sometimes 36. So yeah, pretty cool idea by Sortov. And I gotta say, I know a lot of people getting this, they're going to be seeing Anatan just to roll over, but Sortov has been leveling up fast as a player. I don't think he's really a pushover like he was maybe, 3 months ago when we were still figuring out the basics of matchups again. The guy has put in the hours, and he is quickly becoming a threat. Sort of. Already with double spear is going to march out. I like the fact that he doesn't trickle them. He waits because obviously Mongols could be double spearing. But... okay, he's got the gold. This is not complete disaster. Anatan, he's already gathered the gold necessary, but it is a bit awkward now that you're going to be moving away from the deer option, the berry option. He's only going to have the sheep he started with. Sort of has already scouted it as well. Okay. Sort of has firmly got my attention. And the points of interest in this map are solely abandoned outposts, so you have vision control. I know. He is circling around now, but he doesn't have a clue about the spears yet. No, he's only now seeing them. They are going to arrive. It's going to be a drop-off and a pull away. And sort of won't find too much for this spear investment. I mean, he's denied gold, so technically your opponent can't go Keshik, but you just open spears. I don't think any sane man would want to go Keshik. Maybe if he gets the blocks... oh, hello. Okay, sort of. If he gets the other spear here, with 4 plus the scout, you can easily pinch a building. But it looks like he's not going to be able to. No, the spearman steers too close, so Gur will make it home. Cool idea by Sortov. Unfortunately, what he really needed was the Gur being pushed south, not north. And then he might have been able to get the surround. Which is big, by the way, because remember those Gurs, they cost 100 wood to replace. Can't go Magadai? I mean, what kind of sane man would Magadai into Sipahi, right? The answer is no sane man. You have to be a little bit crazy. So, I don't think that Anatan is too annoyed right now. Like, it would be nice to get towards Keshiks after the delay. But opening is going to be archers. That is a bit frustrating simply because Ottomans then are probably going to be opening Sipahi, so you're playing into a counter. I wanted to sort of try to maybe outpost this. It is double gold deer on top of each other. We don't have a worker pool, though. No, instead it's going to be a move over to the stone, so he's going to gather what he needs to get the military school. You can pinch it with 3 spears. It's very difficult. I think you'd have to have the Gur not moving to pinch it with 3 spears. Not going to say impossible, but very rare. I may or may not be watching Gamescom on the side. Something Warhammer just came on, so I'm really, like, I'm locked in right now. Sorry, not sorry. So what is sort of win con in this matchup? I think Castle's very comfortable. You want to be careful not to let the game get too complacent. The good news is Mongols don't really seem feasible for rushing Imperial on this map because of the lack of reliable gold access. Yeah, like the 1600 veins are not great. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Dodo will fall! Okay, there we go. I got that out of my system. I knew it the moment I looked at it. Relic's been cooking. Alright, guys, I'm retiring from AoE4. I'm sorry, it was going to happen. In fairness, Dawn of War 3 sucked so many balls. It's like you hear them go... at the end every time. So I'll hold my breath. Put Gamescom on the minimap? I mean, I don't know how I'd do that. I almost need... Wait, isn't there a pop-out mode? Could we do that? Chat, am I blind or is there a pop? There's meant to be a pop-out, right? Yeah, pop-out player. Yeah. No, dude, it's going to ruin the broadcast. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll bring it up for important things. So, we are getting into the feudal transition. Archer on Archer, actually. So, sort of doesn't go for the Sipahi straight away. Okay, no, he does. There we go. It's just he's building out of the military school. I wonder, actually. Wait, Magadai? Against Archer Sipahi, this is pretty awkward, no? I get what Anatan's trying to go for. So the thing you have to remember about front range, guys, is you don't have much in the way of resources. Not safely in your base. You have to extend out quite wide. And raiding units like Magadai are going to be super effective for that. Yeah, especially when you consider the design of this map. What was the map we compared it to? We were talking earlier about one from the Garrison. That it is, I want to say, almost exactly like in terms of like intended gameplay dynamics. So if you guys watch the Garrison, for the AoE 2 event, like in Age of Empires 2, they have a map called Coast to Mountain, where the food and wood pulls you one way, and then there's wood and gold in the other. And that's very much what Avali created here, just with an interesting thematic element of mountains instead. Yeah, it has proven pretty entertaining so far as well. We haven't seen any late game on front range. It's been a case of usually 20 minutes and done. And Mongols has been a big culprit for that, by the way, which makes sense because if you're not going to do the fast imp build, you don't really want to be playing a long game. Is a gold impossible to go to in the mountains? No. It's just really inefficient to go to. There's a tiny path there. So yeah, you should be able to walk up there. It's just covered by the rocks. Some of these are just really, really clunky. Luckily, it's only 1,600 gold, so it minimizes the risk that you just get ruined in a game. Because, like, let's say that was an 8k gold, you'd call that scam, right? Archer ranges on the backside are already being slowed down on the escalation, though. And Anatan has got Keshiks coming in. Yeah, something that I don't believe Sword Off has scouted yet. No, Anatan, look at what he's doing. Similar to what we saw B do in his Recon game, the final game of that series, where you just creep up your production, your new wave, to the back to hide it. Sort of doesn't actually see it. And the Keshiks are going for the charge. It's going to run out before he gets the connection, which is unfortunate, actually. That would have been the kill. It's a great reaction out of Sort of. Importantly, keeps this scout alive, so he's able to just keep getting siphons of information about what's coming. I do believe we're just getting military school over military school now, right? Archery ranges are getting it complete. I'd love to see sort of maybe just consider a small wall on the backside. Really effective against Magadai because they can't then circle your base fully. The other play might just be for sort of to claim the south side, as there is Berry plus Deer here. That is, by the way, the benefit of Madrissa plus Anatolian Hills, is he can stay in his base with food a lot longer. Unfortunate picks there, though. Sort of. Wheelbarrow was delayed. So we'll end up losing a worker to Anatan's raids. Anno, who is hiding the true intent of his archer count. Yeah, he's keeping them for guarding. Which would be a problem if Sort of was actually raiding with the Sipahi, but he's keeping them at home. Yeah, like he hasn't actually had the food income to mass produce. A little bit surprised, actually, considering he did pull the sheep. I thought he'd just be floating up to like 5, 6, 7 Sipahi. As it does answer pretty much all his concerns. Yeah, even Keshiks, actually. Sipahi don't want to just be building them only into Keshiks, but as part of the formation, they're really surprisingly effective due to their reach. In fact, what was it? I remember Miro was saying this, that if you were to optimize your micro with Sipahi, you could technically attack your opponent without being touched in a lot of matchups. And you see how much Anatan respects the threat of Ottomans here. We haven't seen these aggressive overdives out of Mongols that have been seen in previous matchups. Yeah, it's weird as well because for anyone who hasn't been watching the game recently, if you recently came back, you're probably confused why Ottomans look threatening in Feudal Age. This used to be just a fast imping civ. But they are surprisingly effective when they play long Feudal. It's because people got a lot better at using the Vizier points. So like, for example, if you're not an archer and archer off, the healing is huge. But even without the healing, like getting the extra military campus, eventually getting extensive fortifications also can be really good against Keshiks. AV4 is placed 18th on Steam's bestsellers right now. Interesting. But not bestsellers of all time, Saj. I mean, there hasn't really been anything announcement-wise to drive that. Maybe it's just like we've been talking about the downfall of other games where lack of content or support. Maybe that's driving more people over. Keshiks. He's going in again, sort of. And the Seek Shelter griefs him so hard there. Wait, sort of? Okay, he realizes now. That could have been a lot worse, but still, it's -2. Anatan starts to build a lead. Yeah, so I think Sordov is just trying to reach the point where he can ignore this and go in. And yeah, he's trying to go in big. He catches the new Keshiks coming out. Anatan only has archers to defend right now. Keshiks are rallying home. Now, this is real simple, right? Sordov has got archer advantage. Stick the archers on the front side. Trade out with the enemy ones. You know Keshiks could be behind you. So keep these guys further back. Sordov not really sure where to go right now. I mean, he can't actually go north. This is the weird thing about Anatan's placement that's quite smart. It actually stops 360 rotations on his base. This is almost like building a wall. Now, if they clash at this point, the meta is a big deal breaker. It's what, 23 archers versus 23. Anno can get his own edge, by the way. He's got Yam, so if he extends the placement of the Deer Stone or the outposts, he can chase down. He also could go for the Khan Hunter eventually. Might be his best way of directly fighting this. Instead, he tries to forward it. Sordov has got reinforcements starting to arrive, though, and it looks like it's going to be a full commitment coming through. That's going to force a retreat. So Keshik for a Sipahi. The meta, it's the ranged armor on, so you can't really snipe him either. The Sipahi are just going to bait that line forward again. Attack speed is going to get activated. Oh, sorry, movement speed. No, he doesn't even go for the DPS, so instead he just sends the Keshiks into their death quicker. An outpost being built up, but the front line now lacking for Anatan, and the Sipahi chase away the workers. Sort of in a great position. He's maintaining that archer lead. It did cost him the meta, though, so he's lost the aura to make it easy to win fights. And the Keshik count is still in existence here. Sipahi numbers barely holding on. However, it looks like Sordov is holding the Sipahi in reserve to dive afterwards. Chase now on. Numbers, it's a 10 archer lead. Anatan in a rough position here. If he forfeits any more ground, it's going to be Deer and Berry blocked out, and he knows it. Really impressive actually out of Sordov, because the other thing you have to keep in mind is it's very difficult to exploit the map with advantage like most civs do here. One big thing about this map is ball play, which you cannot do. But what's important is that he's stopping the Mongols. You can see that Anatan played for the first ball and got caught doing it. So yeah, just a great read there. Sordov does need to replace the meta. That one is on the way now. We have got another Vizier point coming up relatively soon. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if he just goes for Advanced Academies. Advanced Academies has been quite popular with some players in Feudal. The reason is you can't build Janissaries and Lancers in Feudal Age. But something that often gets forgotten about Advanced Academies is this. Its production speed increase. 25% faster. I know it's just kind of hard locked, but he does have an out. It's Kurotai play, I think. If he can reach the archer count, it makes a lot of sense. He's got 1,000 gold in reserve. Still, Sordov is just sticking really close to the enemy base to ensure it's difficult. Deerstone is going to deploy, so this is the aura he was trying to sneak. Makes it much harder now for Sordov, especially if we have the Khan Hunter, which we do. So reminder, that gives the extra range. It's now a 0.5 tower range advantage for Anatan. which means he should get first strike every fight. Meta needs to be careful. Yeah, when you drag archers with meta, it always puts the meta to the back of the formation, so it's going to get sniped straight away. Aura removed. Anasand now aura farming. Yeah, he's able to chase in. This is ugly. Sort of. He's losing control. Oh my god, 26 archers now to 38. What just happened? It was moments ago we were talking about sort of with, close to a 50% advantage in archer count. But Anatan with the remax, able to push sort of away, and that's why the wall investment costly for sort of, on top of the fact that he just chose to forward with the meta. A slight miss micro costing him dearly now. The berries which he just walled off have now been denied. He has to pull far away. I know, he has been exhausted of Keshik, so it won't be a quick burn through. But confident position to be in now, and I imagine, yeah, he's going for the ball. Critical point as well. Anatan, he had pastures, but he was running low on food. Which I think was that club sheep there and then remaining. Yeah, so like he probably had about 700 food in reserve. Which if he had the ball workers there, would have disappeared pretty fast on 2 pasture. Damn, Anatan got him in a bit of a headlock now. So how does Sort of get out of this? Sipahi massing is your best friend, but food access is not. Sort of, he went... Whoa, he went Pax Ottomana. Okay, that's kind of creative at this point in the game. Every 11 seconds instead of 20 producing a villager. I do dig the idea there from Sort of. 2 TC's too greedy. This is going to give you an edge in terms of scaling. And Anno doesn't have a way of authenticating that, right? He can't see your vizier points easily. Damn, that's kind of sick. I don't think we've seen Pax Ottomana in these type of situations. Normally, Pax Ottomana is I've lost a lot of villages I need to recover, or I've got 2 TC. But this is a even game on villager count. He's just using that as an exploitative detail to get ahead now. Sipahi, oh, that's unfortunate. Sort of did not move away. Yeah, so little tip, guys. When you want to use Fortitude, the best thing you can do is stab, move, stab, move, stab, move. Otherwise, if these villagers surround you, they're now doing 50% more damage. 9 damage from what? 15 villages? 12 villages. Sipahi, just 2 of them are going to die very fast. This Archer ball from Anno. Does he want Step Readout or does he want Kurotai? Step Readout has been the meta for a long time, but I think when you have this many archers, Kurotai just looks so good. Even into Sipahi. Obviously not fully ideal, but the damage, the healing, it goes a long way. The Sipahi have come a long way to try and get this raid in, but with the outpost going up the Keshik mirror, it's not going to happen. I think Anatan's now just going to anchor down for castle. The question is, does Sort of want the same? I mean, you think it would actually be pretty good for him here. Because you're up against, like, what, Keshik archers. Mango spam would gradually happen for Ottomans at that stage. Can't really play Janissary straight away is the unfortunate detail, but with the inflated production rate on military schools with age up, Sipahi spamming is pretty key here. So we have got Keshik sneaking around the back, by the way, and an awkward timing. Yeah, Anno's going to turn for a fight. Sort of does quickly react, though, so he seeks shelter. However, the second group of villagers haven't pulled away. Flash is on the way, though. And the archers... Oh, my God. Anatand. The Sipahi can do a lot of damage here. Fortitude already used to get that first wave gone. But the Yam is big and... What is... No, the backstab! The Keshik's coming from behind! Damn. I mean, not the best of trades for them. But because he split the fight, it keeps the archer ball going. Just maybe not well enough here. No. Sort of is now up to 56 archers compared to just the mere 40 of Anno. Worker kill count on the backside of it, like, not much has changed. They've both taken relatively same hits. It's a slight lead for Sort of, but nothing too crazy. The military schools is going to be the mile of difference, though. Keshik's now diving in. New Sipahi arriving. We have got the meta again. He's giving me the ranged armor to offset a lot of the incoming damage. It's probably just so tanky at that point. 4 ranged armor. The Keshiks, he tries to pull them away. That's not going to work. And sort of just queued up 10 more archers. But the difference is Anatan is holding fat stacks of food reserves. He's thinking about age 3. If he can just find that timing with Kurotai. The time being, though, he keeps pushing. It's definitely keeping sort of invested. Who's going to run out of food first here? It's a bit weird because you've got Madrissa on one side, but you've also got pastures on the other. So, like, Anatan does have some sheep. You can see it's getting pretty low. 36 archers now. 29 on the other side. I think the problem here for sort of is he just keeps losing the metas a bit too quickly. Deer almost gone. Berry's getting low as well. Then it's going to be Berry's forward side. The boar is not touchable for Ottomans, remember. And it is going to be step. Okay, so Anatan does not go for the Kurotai. I'm a little bit shocked here, actually, guys. The thing about Kurotai is usually when you're playing Cav elements on both sides, the problem is your opponent can play away. And also, you're stretched 2 ways on this map. But my thought process is that you're playing a linear tug of war right now here. So Kurotai is super effective because you just move it up. I think the problem is Anatan is worried that Sordov will just raid north, where Anatan has now moved, what, 2/3 of his economy? Yeah, 43 workers up here. So he plays it safe. Sort of. Now wants to punish that age up. Not in a great position to do so. Vizier points. He went back for the meta drums. Yeah, so he actually got the movement speed. Intriguing. So remember, the meta drums, the way it works is when you're in formation, you move 1.44 instead of 1.25 on archers. It's a decent inflation of 15%. The problem is the moment you start attacking, you break formation. So you lose the movement speed. Which is why it hasn't been exactly very popular recently. That's cool to see, though. Pax Ottomana meta drums, like, these are just choices, at least at these points in the game, that you don't really see. In fact, I can't remember the last time I saw someone use meta drums. I don't think they ever fixed it. It used to be broken where you could set up waypoints. So, for example, if you had a meta elsewhere on the map, like a newly spawned meta, and you had your supply on the other side, if you selected them together and then shift-clicked a bunch of rally points, the meta ended up giving the Sipahi the movement speed. I don't know if they ever fixed that. Could be really useful, just in case he ever loses the meta, to then get the front line home. Sipahi? Oh, he goes for the fortitude. Look at the attack speed on these guys. 13 damage every 1 second. I mean, you can't make that up. Sort of. Let's get one more kill there. So now both players having killed the same amount of workers. Sort of maintains a slight lead. But tech up only just happened. He needs some time. Veterancy is 48 seconds away. The wall is probably going to last about 20. He's got a secondary wall, but he hasn't done one here. Numbers are good, though. Something that's interesting is usually you'd think veterancy is favored over just having raw archer count. Not the case. Because the problem is usually veteran archers will overkill the feudal archers. The feudal archers will just basically use their extra numbers to get the right amount of damage for kills. To make matters worse, Anatan is not going to get that fight quick enough. 15 seconds out from veterancy. If he nibbles on the bait, this is going to backfire quick. I know. Oh, he gets the Khan Hunters. No range. Anno is now overextended. Chase is going to be on, sort of. If he just drags the formation with the meta, he can actually gap close fast here. Movement speed arrow is going to be used so Anatan can somewhat disengage. And Anno is gathering up a crap ton of gold. He's got 1,600 in reserve. More Keshes coming through now, but with the ranged armor too, they are fairly tanky. Sort of a little bit slow on the pullback. Is Is this about to break our longest game? We're 25 minutes in and this game's still even. A little bit of raining from Archer is not going to have much impact. I mean, the gathering up here from Anno is a bit ridiculous. 54 workers now on the north side. And we've got a full stalemate. Like, he just can't break in. At the same time, Sword Off can't really stick anything on raiding. He's stuck defending deep in the base. And this is bad for Sword Off, right? Because Anatan now, as a result, has map control. He has relics. Upside for Sword Off is going to be the fact that he's close to getting advanced academies, which is going to allow him to utilize his military schools a lot better. Not just the military schools, the Mehmed Imperial Armory has started to produce the mangoes. I think Anatan's going Imperial. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. I'm loving this. This is the first time we've seen a Mongol player able to just edge it towards Imperial. It just feels so much harder to do on this map than other ones. One, because of how easily you can be punished, but two, it's just a lack of easy gold/food access. You have to work for your food on this map. What is sort of going to do in response? Because his food income needs some work. Yeah, he hasn't played the deer in the corner. He could pull himself in there to gather. He has got some farms coming in. He's up to 10 so far. I think he had 2 or 3 more being added in as well. Yeah, okay, there you go. So it's gone up to about 16. But this is your nightmare. This is the boogeyman coming knocking. It's going to be the Karganet from the Mongols that gives you the fix for a lack of food. Not that he's really lacking at this stage. And big shout out to the devs of this change. Monastic shrines on the prayer tents changed a lot. This influence radius has allowed this pasture transition to be so much more seamless than it normally would. Sort of. I love the fact that he's just deleting buildings basically with archers. And what do you do now? Sort of, you have to attack. Last time he tried this, though, there was nothing to target. And to make matters worse, the economy has vacated the area. Like, he's just camping up in the mountains now. He's living life weird with a long beard in the mountains. Sodov's all in. It's the Great Bombard point. Yeah, so he doesn't go for that scaling anymore. He understands what's going to happen here. Karganet requires your immediate aggression. If you're... Wait. No! No! The wee pow! Oh, Anatan, this is what you get for Scrim Marine Lord. It's too much wee. Oh, God. Don't tell me he's going to get it again. If he gets it again, I would not blame him for just, like, alt F4ing the game. Okay, it's Magadai. It's a real unit. Still, sort of needs to be fast about this. It feels like he's slow rolling, though, right? Hesitant to go in with just Archer Mass. And for good reason. Anatan, he got the time for Elite Tech. Range damage free also on the way now. The speed advantage, Anatan able to chase. Sort of. Is he slipping here? Great Bombard is there. Mangoes taking its shots as well. The Sipahi charge on through, just ignoring the Keshik wave to get in deep. Love that read as well. The Keshiks haven't been upgraded, so they're not that tanky. So just let the archers deal with it. Let the Sipahi get against the unit that they deal with both best. Mango is going to be taken out. Ranged armor free on the way. Anatan, he's got something more important on the way. It's going to be the Nest of Bees. It's 30 seconds out. Sort of's making progress, but is he making it quick enough? The Great Bombard is not going to be the cleanest answer, by the way. It will require 3 hits to kill a Nest of Bees. Just can't. I mean, if you got it, use it, right? Meanwhile, the Wee Pow is capable of 3 hitting the Great Bombard. Let that sink in. Sort of. He actually takes it slow. I mean, he has military elite right now. And Anatan's food income is pretty underwhelming. Yeah, what's happened here? It just feels like he's not keeping up. Incendiary is a big deal, though. Remember, the longer sort of waits, the more this changes from being age 4 versus age 3 to being age 5 versus age 3. That's what we're looking at now. Because once Incendiary hits, it's like leveling up again. And yes, Anno did indeed... Wait. No, it's a UI bug. Range 3 isn't showing. He's teched it, but for some reason on the UI, the tier 3 techs for Mongols don't show. Someone clip that and drop it in my Discord. I'll send it to the devs. That's a really clowny bug. So yeah, just to emphasize, Anatan does have the third pips for both of his range techs. It's just not showing. And sort of... Oh, wait. The Incendiary! Denied! Sort of a critical moment there. A game that's being defined by archers. And this is the way he can continue to compete. But the Great Bombard is now drawing the ire of the archer mass. Nestabees is wasting its time on Sapahi. It's now ready to turn its attention onto the archers. And it does have the additional barrels tech. It's going to be a bloodbath. Sort of. There's no running away now, and he knows it. There's no escaping the Mongol Imperial. But for once, it will be anything but fast. Yeah, we've got raid attempts by Sword Art, but I think too little too late here. Unless he can somehow kill 40 villagers. Can you kill 40 villagers? I mean, he's going to try. Problem is, we've got emplacements coming through, this real emplacements. And Anatan is going to march across the map to just return the pain. Villagers, get the shivs out. He says, screw it. The emplacements will protect us. I mean, it's a healthy worker lead for Sword Off, but the problem here is Karganet is a giant shrug. It's like 20 extra production in terms of worker value. So the villager defense, oh my dear God. Expensive, but now it's the reaping. Archer Wave in position on the edge of Sword Off's base. He is not ready to fight again. He's trying to prep Sapahi, but even then, they will feel the sting. 11 damage. And your light cav only has 5 ranged armor. And also, Janissary defense, a little bit awkward here. Archers clean those up fast. We've got Sapahi raiding on the north side again. They're going to be intercepted by some cavalry. The problem for Swordov is he's now heavily outnumbered and an age behind. He does have worker lead, but it's not really manifesting itself yet. He's got 2k food income, which is going straight into Sapahi instead of an age up. Maybe if he could keep raiding the workers at the back. But we've got the return of that cursed button. Incendiary's last time was horrible for Anatan. 15 seconds out, he got denied. But this time, the blacksmiths is deep in the base. Yeah, and there's no army. There's no Great Bombard standing there ready to deny it. Swordov is also now expanding on the gold. He technically could hit Imperial. And Anatan has had to overreact into the back of his base after getting ready to dive. Is this game... Is there a way in which Swordov could do this? I think the big challenge for him at this point is he keeps spending so much of his income into Sapahi that it's making it very hard to age up. And on top of that, it's been so long running that the gold access is now frontline. So what does that mean? The real big issue here for Swordov is even if he gets age 4, how does he afford Sapahi upgrades, Janissary upgrades, let alone university techs? That's the thing he hasn't answered yet. That's the thing that's looking like it's going to kill him. Because remember, when this map goes long enough, when you get old, you go up into the mountains to grow beards and live weird. which is exactly what sort of is trying to do. But Anatan is gatekeeping Age. It's weird because I'm pretty sure sort of is older than Anatan. Let's get break the wall. Incendiary Archers is in. Nothing can stand in the way of this. Double Mango is not going to hit fast enough or hard enough. It's a complete and utter wipe. Make no mistake about it. Game number 1 is going to lock in for Anatan, but it sets a new record. Our longest game of this new map called Front Range. Definitely check it out yourself if you haven't. Avali, I think he's created something special on this, and as the meta develops into a later phase, I think we're going to get more and more exciting games like this. Yeah, crazy actually. The amount of archers. This game was purely archers. Anatan may have had some Keshiks in there, but start to finish, it was all about raining down hell from above. The reign of 100 archers definitely achieved that.